time for me to speak my truth. I've been waiting patiently. You might have an out of the blue relationship. Don't be surprised if they're younger than you. So we need to take a chill pill. Hello, ladies and gents, and welcome back to another video with myself, Lucy Davis. How was that July energy update for you? I think it's fair to say it's probably one of the longest ones that I've done, and with so much information packed in there. So please do keep going back and revisiting it, ladies and gents, because, you know, this full moon is so close to the start of the new month. So all of the energies are very, very much intermingled, which they are anywhere when there is a full moon. Ladies and gents, how are you? I am back with you. My name is Lucy Davis and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My Zoom is doing some really weird things, so I hope that this records in the way that I need it to. I've all of a sudden got all these different options down the sides, and I'm like, I have got no idea what is going on right now. So fingers crossed this all works out as it should be. So I put the July energy update out a few days ago, and I'm excited to say that, you know, I'm still really promoting the psychic event with Emma and I, and also the healing hangs that are taking place in July. August is going to be slightly more quiet. Obviously, there's a lot of people away on holiday, a lot of people spending time with their children. So August is going to see me not be doing too many in-person events. As I mentioned on the last video, we have moved the detoxification retreat to September. So if you are on the list for that, please do keep an eye on your emails and your inboxes, because all of the information will be coming in, and it is going to be on a first come, first serve. This is an extremely, extremely exciting opportunity that you've got to spend a good 10 days with yours truly, and literally go on such a wild journey. Anybody that's ever spent a couple of days with me on a retreat, you know how wild it is. So today in this video, we are going to be talking all around the energies of the full moon that is taking place on the 3rd of July, 2023. So not too far from where we are now. So during this full moon, as always, there is going to be a spotlight shone on everything, you know, and that's the whole point of the full moon. It lights up the sky. You can see when there's little hedgehogs running around at night. You can see everything that is taking place under the light of the full moon. And this one is going to be no different, ladies and gents. So emotions and feelings. The first thing that came through, the emotions and feelings are very much going to come to the surface. It is going to be extremely buoyant. Now, as I mentioned in the whole of the July energy update, like everything that is in there, obviously, because this is at the start of July, there are these energies intermingled, although I wanted to keep these two separate, okay? So please do, if you haven't watched that, please do go and watch that. Now, like I say, emotions and feelings are going to come to the surface. Maybe if you've had hurts of recent, I keep being shown from March to now, there's lots of karmic cleansing taking place between March and, you know, obviously stepping into July. So look at there, where have emotions come up? Where do you need to go back and retrospectively look at the emotions and the feelings that came to the surface during that period of time? Who do you need to forgive? What work do you need to do to free yourself from all of this? Now, hermit mode is going to continue through to the end of June and also into the full moon. So I would like yourself to ask yourself these questions. Do you actually have balance of being social and around people, but also being on your own? Are you somebody who always has to be around people? I'm not. I'm not at all. I've been around a lot of people recently, and, you know, I love being on my own. I love taking time out for me. I'm very comfortable in my own company. I'm comfortable running, going to the beach, doing whatever it is that I need to do on my own. But I haven't been getting a lot of that recently. So is my balance in alignment? The answer is no. However, I'm working on that to get that back. So my question for each and every one of you is, are you okay on your own? You know, do you have to be around people all the time? Or are you the other way and you're like, no, people just do my head in. I don't want to be around anyone. Whichever way that is, please do recognize that it's about getting the balance back now. We need to be starting to rebalance and get recalibrated is the word they've literally just given me. So under this full moon, we are going to be shown people who are in positions of power, or maybe they've put themselves in position of power. So it might be the father of the family, or it might be somebody you do business with. People who are power hungry and controlling and manipulators are going to come to the surface very much during this period of time. There's no way that we can hide it anymore. The division that is taking place between the light and the dark has to bring all of these lower vibrational behaviors to the surface. Now, if you are somebody who's been in a loop by attracting controlling people or manipulators or narcissists or anything like that, you have to own the fact that you are calling that in on some wave. You know, you are, at the end of the day, we all bring in things that we need to help us up level and help us shift and help us heal. So please do own the fact that you're bringing that in. However, it's very important for you to realize that you don't need to keep bringing it back in. So find the point of you that wanted that to come in, and then obviously do the work to release it. We are bringing the truth to light. Full moon, there is no more light in the sky than that. So we are bringing the truth to the light. We are bringing the truth to the surface, okay? We need to be recognizing that there is no way that this is ever going back. People who are blaggers, people who are liars, people who are manipulators, there is only one way that this is going to go for them. Okay, they are going to get shown to be the person who they are unless they change quick, sharp. And they will need to right the wrongs that they have created. Most manipulators, controllers, or narcissists won't ever do that. They'll never do that. They will save face by continuing to keep that bit between their teeth. So it's going to be painful for them. Manifestation is going to be at an all-time high, and I love this. I'm witnessing it in myself already. I'm literally just thinking about something, boom, and it's coming into me. You can do this too. So have a think about it. Don't sit there and be like, I would like more abundance, and then get angry when you find a penny on the floor and then nothing else turns up. Like, be super clear with what it is that your intentions are and what you are looking to manifest. Is it love? Is it a baby? Is it a healthy relationship? Is it a new home? Is it moving country? What is that to you? Where do you see yourself? What is it that you would like to call in for yourself? Get that work starting to go in your mind, because what we are creating right now is literally that. Whatever we think about, we are creating. Whatever we feel, we are creating. So if you wake up angry, trust me, you're going to have more anger. If you wake up happy and then somebody brings anger in, it's down to you whether you continue to manifest that anger, or if you go, whoa, thanks for showing me that. I don't want that in my life. I'm going to push that away. Okay. We are creating everything that we are thinking, everything we are speaking, and every action we are taking right now. Now, I'm going to say this very lightly because, you know, I don't want to get shot down by saying this, but I see massive governmental issues coming under this full moon. We might even see a lockdown taking place. And I say that very loosely and very lightly, and don't blame me if it happens, but likewise, don't blame me if it doesn't happen. I see something shifting in the government space. Like I say, it might not be a lockdown, it might be something else, but I just feel there is going to be a massive shakeup in the governments. And I'm talking worldwide governments, American governments, UK governments, you know, all sorts of things like that. So just keep an eye on that for me, and do let me know if you start to see anything from a government perspective. Like, I know when I was doing work at this time last year in Eastern Europe, the government back home in the UK collapsed. You know, like, it was fascinating what was taking place. So just keep an eye on that, because I feel as if this is round 2. And again, we've been doing some big work. So it wouldn't surprise me if we start to see these things. Truth. A very, very interesting topic, this. Now, truth is all about perception, and it's all about perspective. So is somebody wrong if they've got a different opinion to you? The answer is no. The truth movement through the month of July is going to continue to highlight fundamental flaws around the world. Now, what do I mean by that? Are we really moving into love? Or are we creating a new world based on I'll do this if you do that. Here are the conditions. You can't speak to this person. You've got to do it that way. Because to me, that sounds just like the world we have decided we wanted to step out of. This is what this moon is going to bring to the surface. Are people really standing in their truth? Or do they just want to be put on a pedestal in the form of an old-fashioned role, government leader, MP, something like that? I'm not saying they have to be put in that role, by the way, but that's kind of like the leadership roles. There are many people out there that are pretending that they are doing things because they want to move the world forwards. They're doing it under a disguise. This is what's going to come to the surface. As I've been saying for a very long time now, the truth movement has to collapse. The truth movement is actually what is creating some delays and some divisions now. Now, I say that with a lot of love in my heart, because obviously I was a massive part of the truth movement until May 2021, when I stepped away from it. The only interactions I've done since then is obviously speaking on Charlie's show and obviously at all of his events since then. But in March 2021, I stepped away from the kind of stuff that they were speaking about, purely because I realized that we'd done a lot to wake people up, but now it was about stepping into consciousness. Now it was about stepping into shifting into a new world. And there was a lot of people that were actually holding people back because they wanted to create this perpetual fear. That is what part of the truth movement is. We can't stand for this. We can't do that. We can't move forwards. We have to stand up and we have to fight. Now, I'm not saying everybody's like that, but there is a real undertone of that. So this is what is coming to the surface. Under this moon, we need to see that with all of our hearts, with all of our heart's energy, that differing opinions are okay. In fact, they're encouraged. However, it needs to come from love and not fear, because they cannot coexist in the same space, and there cannot be division. If you are somebody who is scared to speak out for fear of losing something, is that really the truth? If you are somebody who's trying to suppress somebody else's voice, is that really the truth? Or is that you just being a bully? Is that you just wanting the old-fashioned role of an MP or a doctor or a lawyer or whatever? Just a perspective. Integrity and self-responsibility are under the spotlight of this moon. You have to take ownership of who you are, and it is vital that you are holding your values as an integral part of what you are doing. If you are speaking one thing and behaving in a totally different way, a contradictory way, whatever the lower vibration is, that's what's going to get you. Now, I know this is a massive thread that came from the truth movement, and that is this warrior, this fighting energy for truth, justice, and social inclusion is massive. And I mean massive under this moon. Anybody isolating anybody else. So let's say, for example, there's a group of 3 of you, and all of a sudden one of you has been pushed out and the other 2 are really, really close. If you have not just stepped out rather than, so if you've been pushed out rather than stepping out, those people are going to feel the wrath of this full moon. And she is one feisty pants. She's feisty pants. Anybody that you have been isolating or projecting or gaslighting or any of those things, trust me, you are going to feel the wrath of this moon. Your karma, you're going to be hit with the karma stick, is what they've just told me. Like I've been saying for ages, instant karma right now. So just be very warned of that. Now, you might have been nasty to somebody and think that you've got away with it. Trust me, karma is a patient gangster. She'll get you when you least expect it. She'll get you when she knows that it's going to impact you the most. If people are vain, they get hit on their face. If people are conscious about money, they get hit in their pocket. Trust me, big time. This is what the wrath of the moon is that I'm talking about. Now, as I mentioned, fertility is being boosted. I mentioned this in the energy update. Fertility has been boosted big time under this light. Now, I'm excited about this because I truly believe that we all are completely fertile beings from the day we're born to the day that we pass. That said, that doesn't mean we're able to have babies, but we are fertile beings. Now, I'm going to be speaking about this a lot more soon. I'm actually creating a brand new YouTube channel, and I'm going to be using this one for much more, well, not much more, but I'm going to be looking at health and spirituality on here. And on my new channel, it is going to be going wild around the divine feminine rising and the divine feminine energies, and really stepping into things like fertility. That said, boys, of course, you're welcome to come over and watch, because we need the divine masculine to get how the feminine energies are working, or how that more nurturing energy is going to work, so that you can embody that and also embrace your beautiful women around you who are looking to embody that. We're being forced, and I mean forced, to let go of everything that is not for us. And I mean people, places, things, cars, houses, you name it, everything. If something is not for you anymore, trust me, you are going to get forced to let it go. You might go in a circle and you might forgive and you might do this, but then they'll hurt you again more, or whatever. That is what is taking place right now. And I cannot say to you, this is massive. Please, 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 ladies and gents, you don't have to, step into the first time somebody hurts you or whatever, be like, oh my God, this is it. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is just be very aware of, we are being forced to let go of things that are holding us back right now. That's people, that's places, that's materials, that's everything. Okay, that's exercise, all sorts of different things like that. Now, do not be surprised if you are single. Out of nowhere, you might have an out of the blue relationship or an out of the blue encounter. And what they keep saying to me is, don't be surprised if they're younger than you. And I'm like, okay, is this for me or is this for everybody? And they're like, oh, no, this is for everybody. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So what I'm feeling with this is that there is going to be some, like an oomph. We're going to get some oomph back in our life. So if you are somebody who's got really high energy, do not be surprised if you're getting chatted up by 21-year-olds. Like, do not be surprised. But just have your wits about you in this period of time, ladies and gents. Expect the unexpected. That is what I am going to say to you right now. Just expect the unexpected, and have standards and boundaries and all the rest of it. Let's not go too far out there, ladies and gents, okay? Beliefs around money are going to come under the spotlight. So the banking industry, the financial industry, mortgages, loans, those kind of things, credit cards, everything is going to have some sort of focus on it in the next few weeks. We're going to be looking at our beliefs. There's going to be rises in rates and things like this. So we need to be really recognizing that, once again, this is being brought up for people to be able to see what's truly taking place right now. Like, how much can people take before they break? That's the question. I'm excited to say there is a lot of travel on the cards, ladies and gents. Whoop, whoop. There is a lot of travel on the cards. There is a lot of communication that needs to take place. There is a lot of to be trying to step up into leadership roles that we do not want. We want real, we want authentic, we want energies that are actually going to take us forwards, not just talk a good story. There has been a lot come to the surface of late whereby people have said, oh, I'm going to deliver this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And they've done sweet FA. So please do recognize those energies. This is not about talking the talk. This is about walking the walk right now. Remember, do we want these people to lead us forwards? Do we want these people? Are they going to be able to stand up and represent what the people actually want? This has to come under the spotlight. As I mentioned a short while ago, the loving, nurturing, divine, feminine energies are really going to uprise through the whole of July, in all honesty, but definitely kick-started under this moon. Now, I'm not talking about the sweet sitting back on your laurels feminine energies. I'm talking about the real warrior. The girls that are going to stand up and say, hey, no, I'm going to speak my truth now. You've had enough of what you've got to say. Now it's time for me to speak my truth. I've been waiting patiently, and now it is time for me to articulate the truth from my perspective. So do not be surprised if you see women, if you see your little girls stepping up and really embracing, you know, the feminine men that are out there. Like, don't be surprised if they start stepping up and saying, no more. Now, what I was shown when I was channeling this information is that there's almost like this whole bamboozle at the moment. Like, it's almost like two whirlwinds are doing this. And what it's trying to do is it's trying to push us forwards with a sense of urgency, to do things, say things, get stuff done, move things forward is what they've just said, quicker than they should. So we need to take a chill pill. Okay, we need to take a chill pill. We need to surrender and trust. Patience. Like, grit your teeth if you need to. It will pay off. You have to be calm. You have to sit back. You have to allow people to do what they need to do. And it's only at that point that you do come forwards. Now, because of the sheer nature of a full moon, we will have a spotlight on legal matters. So maybe if you're going through a house purchase, or maybe you're going through a divorce, like I said earlier, maybe you're going through something else, just know the legal matters are going to come under the cosh, and you will need to be patient. There is going to be a whole new level of motivation that comes off the other side of this moon. Procrastination, you're going to be like, wow, I would have thought about this for ages before, but now I'm just stepping forwards. There's going to be a new level. It's almost like we're going to step off of these whirlwinds and we're going to go, oh my God, I'm grounded. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm here to do. Right, it's full steam ahead. Just remember, if there is any resistance, sit back, be patient, grit your teeth. Trust me, it will serve you, ladies and gents. If you allow this full moon, it will shine the path for your challenges to be walked, because we've got to go through them. It's as simple as that. We came in here to incarnate, to learn things this lifetime. So we cannot like run away from it or pretend that it's not going to happen, or, oh, why is this happening to me? No, we need to embrace it. So allow the full moon to light the path so you can walk it with ease and grace. Know you've got to go through it. No point pretending, oh, why is this happening? Like, it's happening to me, so let's embrace it. Let's go through it and let's do this with love. Now, because we're going through a particularly challenging period of time right now, up your spiritual hygiene. Please up it. Cleanse yourself every morning, clear yourself down, put yourself in a bubble, like do whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that you are of the utmost spiritual hygiene. That might be shower more often, that might be sit in the sun more often, that might be charge your crystals, that might be sage your place. Like, I am literally saging constantly at the moment. Whenever anyone's in or out, I'm constantly just making sure that the energies are realigned. I've got incense going, I've got my crystals outside charging, I've got it all going on, ladies and gents. My house, a few people that have come in it recently have gone, blimey, these energies are really off the wall. Why? Because I've got crystal grids around it. I've got everything spinning around. So my spiritual hygiene is protected. Now, whenever anybody comes in here, obviously I need to do that. Every morning I need to sort my spiritual hygiene out. Okay. We are being impacted by people being in the light right now. Like, if you feel drawn to someone, I've got a lot of new followers recently, just in the last maybe week, because I'm doing a lot of reels and TikToks and things like that. I'm getting a lot of new followers, and people are like, wow, I'm just so drawn to you, Lucy. It's because I am living in the frequency that was intended for me. I have engaged with lower frequencies recently on occasions, but don't be confused that you need to fully get engrossed with them. You know, just know that we're all different. We're all at different paths, and there's no judgment when I say that. Like, we can all love each other, and by you being in your light, you'll help people to come up and meet you where you're at. We don't need to go down and meet people. Like I said earlier, allow people to take those things off your plate. Like, hand it over to people. You do not need to get involved in that. Just slapping my legs there. It's your choice whether you engage with people. It's your choice whether you get involved in those energies. So please, please, please do remember that. Very, very, very important. The other thing that this full moon is going to highlight even more is the glitching, the switching through realms, the confusion between people, the literal I don't know if that's the truth or not anymore, because you said that last week and now you're saying that this week. Like, that's what we're talking about. There are people out there who are living in such a state of delusion. It's actually quite scary that people around them are like, I literally don't know what to do anymore. There's a lot of mental health issues coming to the surface. And I'm not laughing or joking when I say that. It's very, very, very serious. There are people that are showing their true colors, and it's extremely worrying. You know, we need to wrap these people in cotton wool. We need to wrap these people in love, and we need to nurture them so that they can get grounded back into the energies and realize our bodies aren't equipped to be going through the energetic shifts that we are right now, which is why things like alcohol and drugs and things like that, they're not assisting us as we are in this particular phase. So, ladies and gents, I hope this has been a good video for you. I hope you have got everything that you need from the full moon. What I would suggest to do as an exercise this time round is obviously clean your space. I've just spoken about that through the body, the main body of the video. Clean your space, clean your aura. And then what I would do from there is actually look at what it is that you are looking to create. Shine a light and literally like put a spotlight on your future light. That's what I would be doing. Now, the way that I would be doing that, and I'm sorry, I'm not doing this as a proper exercise this time around, ladies and gents, but I'm just allowing it to come through as I am. So what I would be looking to do is I would be setting my space up before I cleanse it. I would be getting my sacred area all set up with my crystals, my cards, my photo, like anything that's really important to me. I would get that piece of the puzzle done. I'd have some music going on, you know, I would make sure that all of my, you know, all of my space is good to go, essentially. Then I would cleanse my aura, step number 1, cleanse my space, step number 2, cleanse the sacred space, step number 3. And as you're doing that, just something simple like, please release everything that no longer serves me and bring in what is for my greatest good and for the greatest good of humanity. Then from there, what I would do is I would drop into maybe an 11-minute meditation. I've been channeling a lot of 111 at the moment. So use 11 minutes, do an 11-minute meditation and really focus on what it is that you want to create. How does your future life look? What do you want business to look like? Who do you want to work with? What's your ideal client? Like, literally look at every area. Who's your ideal partner? Like, do they have a name? Do they look a particular way? Is there anything that you want to avoid? You know, what are must-haves and what are should-haves for you? For me personally, like emotional intelligence is one that it's a non-freaking negotiable. Absolute non-negotiable. So it's just an example for you. So whilst you're in this meditation, create it all. And then when you come out of the meditation, grab a piece of paper and either write it or draw it. This could be your vision board. Write it or draw it. Bring it into manifestation, put it somewhere where you're going to see it every single day, pop it under your crystals for the first night, outside if you possibly can, get the crystals charging and charge the intention into this vision board or into this book or this piece of paper or your journal or whatever. Obviously, don't leave it outside if it's hammering down with rain, wherever you live, put it on a windowsill or something like that where the full moon energy can just tap it. I hope this has been useful for you. I love you guys for the moon and stars. I will be back super soon with another video and I look forward to doing that with you then. Lots of love, guys. Take care and I'll see you in the next video.